Well, good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. Hope everyone's having a good Friday evening. Hope everyone is avoiding some of the severe weather that we have across the area tonight. Wanted to pop on again. There's some strong to severe storms across the area right now. Some rain now beginning to fall in the Lincoln area. Nothing really right now threatening the Lincoln metro, but we do have some pretty strong storms across the region. So again, wanted to hop on and kind of give people the latest kind of as in terms of what we have going on. So we'll go ahead and we'll pull up picture in picture here. And again, to kind of just show you what we got going on, I have my weather graphics kind of in the big screen there. In the right below me, again, that's just the radar. And I'm going to keep that basically zoomed in on Lincoln and Lancaster County so you can always kind of see what's going on in the Lincoln area. So, but if we look at, again, our storm tracker radar, we have several severe thunderstorm warnings that are out and about right now. Two of them just off to our east for parts of Cass, Odo, Sarpy, and Douglas counties. And again, this is where we've seen some of the stronger activity over the course of the last 30 minutes. So basically from up near the Omaha metro down towards Eagle, Palmyra, Weeping Water, that's where we've seen some stronger thunderstorms. We've had a report of 2-inch hail. Oh man, my computer is having some issues there. 2-inch hail reported in the Palmyra area. So again, these storms have been producing large hail, and that was one of the things we told you about in the newscast tonight, is that large hail and damaging winds were going to be the primary threats with these storms that we have ongoing. So if we kind of put this in loop mode, you can kind of see these storms not moving real fast at this point, but generally moving to the north and east. So again, some training going on with some of those thunderstorms across parts of Cass County, Odo County, and up towards Louisville, up into the Omaha metro area. And it looks like we actually just maybe had a new severe thunderstorm warning that was issued. Let's see if we can find this here. I'm having some trouble with this computer. We're just gonna go back here. We're gonna try this on a different computer because we're having issues with that. So just bear with me for 1 second. Again, I'll pull up the radar there. Again, so also we have some stronger thunderstorms developing down to the south and east of the Lincoln area, across Pawnee and I believe that's Nemaha counties right now. Gosh darn it, Ryan. I wonder if the internet's going wonky again because it's not.
It was working. I was watching on the screen right in front of you there, and it was working when you had your graphics on that left monitor.
Okay, well we're gonna.
I think it was just slow for you there, but it was moving in real time.
Yeah, but now it's not letting me remote into my computer on this other machine, is what I mean. So technology continues to be a little bit of a struggle right now. So we'll pull up instead our radar scope so folks can see our radar scope and see what we're talking about. So again, a little bit easier. So again, if you look at Lincoln real quick, again, right now, rain moving through the Lincoln area. Nothing severe at this point, but again, some pretty big drops falling out there right now. Also some gusty winds with that. Again, strongest storms by far remain just off to our east. So again, right now stretching, this is just north of Palmyra. I'm going to pause this radar, stop it. So again, just north of Palmyra, up near Elmwood. Again, this is where we've seen some large hail reported, 2 inches in diameter in these areas. So again, that's going to continue to be a threat for those areas upstream: Murdoch, Weeping Water, Manly, Louisville, Cedar Creek, Springfield. And again, you can see that little cluster of storms extends all the way up into the Omaha metro, and they've actually already issued a flood advisory, an aerial flood advisory. That's for parts of Cass, Douglas, and Sarpy County through 10 o'clock tonight. It looks like between a half an inch and an inch of rain already falling. Additional rainfall amounts up to a half an inch expected. So they could see some minor flooding in those areas. Looks like a couple other reports. 3 miles southwest of Palmyra, report of golf ball sized hail. That's 1 3/4 inches. 1 mile southeast of Palmyra in Odo County, golf ball sized hail. That's 1 3/4 inches in diameter. Report in Papillion in Sarpy County of 1-inch hail. So again, that's some of the reports from that kind of cluster of thunderstorms that we have. Again, back down to the south, you look, and again, in Pawnee, and I believe that's Nemaha County. But again, basically from Burr back down to the south towards Burchard, Pawnee City, some strong thunderstorms right now. Nothing severe, but again, the look of it, it's out ahead of the front. It certainly has the potential to go severe. So something that we'll keep a close eye on. Again, that cell basically moving due north. If we kind of put that back into motion, a little bit to the north, a little bit to the east, but almost due north. And again, in Lincoln, we're going to kind of keep an eye on some of these storms that are back to our south and to our west a little bit. These are, again, basically down near Nelson, Superior, Bruning, Hebron. That activity continues to kind of push off to the north and to the northeast. So I think that is some of the activity that we could eventually see kind of move into the Lincoln area here as we head over the next hour or two. I'm going to try again to get my computer to get punched back up. No, what's up, Ken?
No, just so you know I'm here.
Okay.
Wow, Ken Shimmick.
Chief Meteorologist Ken Shimmick is in the building. And so, again, if we have any strong storms, again, potentially impacting the area, Ken and Melissa will obviously have the latest on air on 10/11. But again, right now we are staying on the live stream. We're also live streaming on our YouTube channel as well. So, oh, there we go. Now I think we're cooking with gas, Ryan.
I still think you were fine the other way on the other computer. Even though you couldn't see it on that monitor.
There we go. I think that this is better. This is better. Now we're good.
So I got a video at some point of some like hail downpour
Okay.
up in La Vista from my sister's house.
Okay.
She sent me.
Well, if you can drop it in the streaming folder somehow, I can get that pulled in.
Sure.
Let me check real quick and see if there are any pictures or any other video that we potentially have had submitted yet. I don't see anything just yet. But Ryan is going to get us that video here in just a second. So, again, if we kind of zoom back out a little bit, that's kind of the wide view of things. So, again, a cluster of storms basically stretching from, oh, and actually they just issue that new warning that I just talked about. So, again, that's Johnson, Nemaha, Oto, and Pawnee counties. So if we get zoomed in on that, we'll stop the loop there. And let's find out what this is for. So that's severe thunderstorm warning until 8 o'clock. Quarter-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds right now is what they're warning that area for. So this is expected to be near Tecumseh here in just the next couple minutes. Cook and Unadilla in about the next 10 or 15 minutes. But other locations in the path of these storms include Syracuse, Table Rock, Elk Creek, Lorton, Dunbar, Johnson, Brock, and Talmadge. And again, also torrential rain occurring with that thunderstorm as well. So that's the latest severe thunderstorm warning that we have. That's Johnson, Nemaha, Oto, and Pawnee counties. So again, right now, again, if we zoom in on Lincoln, just some rain moving through the Lincoln area right now. Nothing really too exciting in that respect. Again, some gusty winds. But we're still going to, again, watch for the potential for some strong to severe storms to move through the Lincoln area. But again, I think some of those storms might end up coming from our south and from our southwest, which again, you can see down near Superior, Hebron, down into parts of north central Kansas. So those are the storms that we're going to keep an eye on here over the course of the next several hours. If we, let's see, pull up our severe thunderstorm watch, just so everyone has made sure they see this. We have that severe thunderstorm watch that's in place across southeastern parts of the state through midnight tonight. Again, that does include Lincoln and Omaha metro areas and much of southeastern Nebraska. And then down into parts of north central and northeastern Kansas as well. So if we look at the wide view satellite and radar, again, you can see the pink area is where we have the severe thunderstorm watch. And you can see those storms generally moving to the north and to the northeast through the area. So again, right now, kind of splitting Lincoln on either side a little bit. But again, we're going to watch, I think, for some of those storms down in Kansas to potentially move through the Lincoln area later on over the course of the next hour or two. We run you through Skycast. Again, this is our rapid refresh model. So that is at 8 o'clock. And I think doing a pretty good job showing real world conditions. Again, you kind of have a cluster that's just off to our east. If I can grab my pointer here. Cluster that's just off to our east, and then another little cluster kind of moving in from the area from the south and from the west. So if we take this through time, that's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You can see both of those lines continue to kind of grow upscale. And that's kind of what the forecast is called for, is that, initially we see these discrete cells. Eventually we're going to see them kind of congeal into a line. Initially the threat kind of is large hail, but as those storms kind of congeal, the threat's going to transition to damaging winds. So again, that's 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock, again, that line still pretty firmly in place across the area, but kind of beginning to slide off to the east of the Lincoln area. 11 o'clock, midnight tonight. I think once you get to midnight, the severe weather threat's diminishing at that point, but you could still be looking at some areas of rain and maybe even some moderate to heavy rain. And then through the overnight hours, again, a lot of that activity begins to push off to the east. Still could be looking at some scattered showers, potentially lingering into early Saturday morning. But that's a look at what Skycast has right now. What's up? Video's in.
It's in the weather folder.
In the streaming, or?
I don't know if it's in the streaming folder, but it's like if you go into Burst.
Oh, if I go into Burst. Okay. Okay.
Right now.
Let's get that pulled up.
Hopefully it shows up there.
Well, where's the weather folder on Burst?
Go
Ryan?
on the left corner. See count bubbles or whatever.
There we go.
It'll be right there. Yep, that one right there.
Okay, so we're going to download. We'll drop it in there. So this is hail in Papillion?
La Vista.
La Vista. Yeah.
Coming down as if it was snow, essentially.
Yeah, that's... So again, that is in La Vista, just off to our east. So again, that's what we've seen with some of these storms thus far, is that the primary issue thus far has been large hail.
That was about 15, 20 minutes ago.
That was 15 or 20 minutes ago? Okay. All right. We pull up our graphics again. So we have 4 warnings that are currently kind of on the board. There's 2 of them, Cass and Odo, and then Cass, Douglas, Sarpy. Cass and Odo is till 7:30. Cass, Douglas, Sarpy is until 8. What time is it now? 7:11. So again, these for the Cass and Odo storm. Again, they're talking golf ball size hail, so that's 1 3/4 inch diameter, and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts for the storm covering the Omaha metro. That is 1/4 inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And that, I should say, when I say 1/4 inch hail, that's been observed. So that's not just radar indicated. That is observed 1/4 inch hail. Again, a third warning is for Johnson, Nemaha, Oto, and Pawnee County. And again, that is for 1/4 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. It's moving to the north at about 40 miles an hour. And then the last warning we have on the board right now is just off to our south and west for Nuckolls and Thayer counties. And again, that storm, as of just a few minutes ago, again, located near Superior, moving northeast at 25 miles an hour, 1/4 inch hail, and 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So again, not packing as much wind with that storm. But if you kind of go kind of county by county, some storms, again, continue to cross Jefferson County. Those folks in Fairbury going to be seeing storms move through here over the next few minutes, as well as Dakin, Plymouth, Diller, and Jefferson County. In Gage County right now, things are kind of quiet for you. But again, there's still some activity down across northern Kansas that we're going to keep an eye on that could move your way. Again, in Lincoln and Lancaster County, had some rain moving through, but really that's just about it at this point. Just to our west, Seward County, again, some showers moving through there. Not a whole lot going on. Again, most of the activity remains kind of lined up from Omaha down towards Pawnee City, again, along the front. Again, that cold front that's draped across the region. I wonder if I pull up our current temperatures, what the temperatures look like with that front having pushed through. So yeah, there you can kind of see it. Lincoln's down to 70 degrees behind the front, still 83 right now in Beatrice, 70 in Hebron. They're on the cool side of the front. Omaha's at 68, though they do have some rain-cooled air. Still 80 in Nebraska City, 81 right now in Falls City. If you look at the wind speed and direction, again, north for Omaha, out of the north in Lincoln at 22 miles an hour, northeast in Hebron. So again, that front basically draped right across the area. I think I can actually, you know what? Wait for this to pop back on.
Bill, one thing I was looking at the radar on my phone, there's a lot of untapped energy, I think, in Gage County.
Yeah, we
And
can.
then also that the stuff out by Fairbury is kind of starting to form its own line that you guys have been forecasting on Skycast.
So this is a look at the CAPE in the atmosphere right now. And again, CAPE is convective available potential energy. So again, basically think of this as fuel for thunderstorms. And again, right now, kind of as we had expected, the most fuel for these thunderstorms is out ahead of that cold front. So again, storms that are developing out ahead of that front, basically along a line from Omaha down towards Fairbury, really, and then to the southeast. Those are the storms that we're going to keep a close eye on here over the next hour that could intensify pretty quickly because they do have some of that fuel to tap into. And again, this isn't going to be a huge severe weather day by any means. Again, there's fairly limited amounts of juice in the atmosphere. Dew points are only in the low 50s this afternoon out ahead of that front. Usually we'd like to see those dew points about 10 to 15 degrees higher into the 60s to really see a robust severe weather. But that's a look at the CAPE that is out there. If you go the opposite, if you look at the SIN, that is the thunderstorm cap. Again, so putting a lid on the atmosphere basically, and you see kind of a lid right over Lincoln, and that's kind of what we've seen. We've seen rain move through, but really hasn't had enough oomph to really get going or go severe at all. So that's what we see in terms of some of the thermodynamics of the atmosphere right now. If we pull up the SPC outlook for the day today. So again, it was only a marginal and a slight risk. So again, that's category 1, category 2. So again, we're talking isolated to scattered severe storms being possible. And that's basically what we've seen thus far across the area. And let me see here just to make sure. Okay. Looks like just some more rain kind of developing south of Lincoln. Again, notification from the 1011 Now weather app of some lightning near my location. If you don't have that 1011 Now weather app, it's a good thing to download and have handy. Again, keep you up to date for all the latest severe weather information. And I should say also, it looks like the severe thunderstorm warning for Thayer and Nuckolls County has been allowed to expire. So just 3 warnings right now. And again, those are the warnings basically stretching from Omaha down to Pawnee City in Pawnee County. So, but again, that's a look at the SPC outlook, just a marginal and a slight risk. So again, that's isolated to scattered severe thunderstorms. If you look at actually the tornado threat for today, for the day today, again, we said several times it's very low, and it's less than 2% in all areas. So again, that's as low as it goes. It's been the hail and the wind that we've been concerned about, and there's the hail threat. So again, 15% kind of in that slight risk area, and the wind is basically the same deal. So again, there's the watch. Again, extends all the way down across parts of Kansas into northern Oklahoma. Again, you can see storms and some severe storms lined up basically all the way down to the Oklahoma-Kansas border and moving to the north and to the northeast. So again, if you kind of track that out a little bit, you know, those storms potentially going to be moving towards Lincoln, southeastern Nebraska as the night wears on. and again, expected to kind of congeal a little bit into a little bit of a linear system. So again, just because Lincoln's not seeing anything right now does not mean I don't think won't be seeing stuff later on tonight. So, you have something to say?
No.
No? Okay, you look like you wanted to say something.
No. I'm just watching the radar like you and
Cool.
everybody else watching it.
Cool. All right. Well, here's what I think we're going to do. Again, I think we're just going to we're going to let people go for right now. Again, we're going to pop in, we're going to pop on, we're going to and pop off kind of as the night goes on and kind of as the situation warrants. But again, right now the main area of concern is basically from up near the Omaha Metro down towards Pawnee City. That's where we're seeing the most activity right now. That's where we have those 3 severe thunderstorms that are lined up. Again, quarter to golf ball sized hail, 60 mile an hour wind gusts possible in those areas, as well as some areas of heavy rain. Again, they did issue a aerial flood advisory for the Omaha Metro, and I wonder if I can pull that up really quick just so I can show everyone. If I can pull up 1 hour precip. Yeah, so again, there you can see those areas basically of heavy rain extending from up near Omaha back towards Louisville and then back towards the Palmyra area. And so that's where we're seeing the aerial flood advisory. See if I can pull up that flood advisory.
Bill, honestly,
there it is right there.
that
So
batch in southeast Nebraska, if that continues on its track, that could just make things worse too with the training situation.
yeah, training thunderstorms, that certainly looks like those could be going over the same areas where we already have that flood advisory. Again, so that's Cass, Otoe counties up into Sarpy and Douglas County. So again, if you're basically talking areas like Syracuse, Otoe, Avoca, Weeping Water, Louisville, Springfield, Plattsmouth, and then you're talking up into Gretna, Ralston, and into the Omaha metro area. So again, that's certainly something we'll keep an eye on, and it is very is concerning. Again, that's why they did issue the flood advisory already, is they expecting more rain in these areas. As again, that line down across. Where's my pointer? I lost my pointer, Ryan. Here he is. Is this line of storms right here. Again, basically going to move over the same areas that this line of storms currently is right now, as it's moving over.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
I kind of hope that line down there, though, the bottom part, that bottom section for the severe thunderstorm warning would move into eastern Cass County, go right over those areas that just had to deal with the wildfires over there.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
That would be a better angle for that complex of storms to move to.
That would be. So, but yeah, nothing threatening the Lincoln area right now, or Lancaster County. We do have maybe some heavier rain on the southeast side of town, just north of Bennett, just north of Highway 2. Let's see if I zoom in real close. Turn off my lightning. Yeah, so that looks like 148th and Old Cheney is where we have some of that heavy rain right now moving through Lincoln or East Lincoln. Otherwise, just fairly light rain in Lincoln proper right now. So, like I said, we're going to continue to we're going to pop on, we're going to pop off, kind of as the rest of the evening allows. Actually, okay. What we're going to do is we're just going to pull up the 24/7 Weather Channel stream, and we're going to leave that on. And again, we're going to kind of pop on, we're going to kind of pop off as the rest of the evening goes on, kind of as the situation is warranted. So let's see, program 20. Take there. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll pull up that 24/7 Weather Channel, and we'll leave that on for a little bit. But again, we'll keep you updated through the rest of the night. So again, make sure you keep it tuned to 1011, both on air and online for all the latest. And hope everyone has a quiet Friday evening. And again, if you are in the path of any severe weather, make sure you have a good way to get your weather information, and you stay safe through the rest of the night tonight. So again, we'll likely talk to you again here in a few minutes. But for now, again, we'll go ahead and just let the 24/7 streaming channel take care of our coverage. So thanks everyone for watching.
everyone, meteorologist Melissa Meter here. We're tracking the potential for isolated to scattered strong to severe storms this evening for portions of south central and eastern Nebraska. And as you can see in the darker green and yellow, a marginal and slight risk. The main threat for severe weather is going to be between 6 p.m. and midnight this evening. Threats include large hail, damaging winds, and locally heavy rainfall. Tornado threat is very low. We're going to continue to see these storms start to fire up along and ahead of a cold front. It's going to be moving through southeastern portions of the state, mainly between 6 and midnight. We see that really ramp up around 7, 8 o'clock, continuing as we go through the midnight hour for portions of eastern and south central Nebraska. As for our temperatures, by 10, we're going to fall into the 30s to the 60s. So that cold front's going to come through, knock us down very quickly. Our chance for rain and storms will pick up as we head through the evening.
You're watching 1011 24/7 weather, streaming exclusively on the 1011 Now app.
Trust the 1011 Weather Team, keeping you prepared with Weather Alert Days.
everyone, meteorologist Melissa Meter here. We're tracking the potential for isolated to scattered strong to severe storms this evening for portions of south central and eastern Nebraska. And as you can see in the darker green and yellow, a marginal and slight risk. The main threat for severe weather is going to be between 6 p.m. and midnight this evening. Threats include large hail, damaging winds, and locally heavy rainfall. Tornado threat is very low. We're going to continue to see these storms start to fire up along and ahead of a cold front. It's going to be moving through southeastern portions of the state, mainly between 6 and midnight. We see that really ramp up around 7, 8 o'clock, continuing as we go through the midnight hour for portions of eastern and south central Nebraska. As for our temperatures by 10, we're going to fall into the 30s to the 60s. So that cold front's going to come through, knock us down very quickly. Our chance for rain and storms will pick up as we head through the evening.
You're watching 1011 24/7 weather, streaming exclusively on the 1011 Now app.
Trust the 1011 Weather Team, keeping you prepared with Weather Alert Days.
everyone, meteorologist Melissa Meter here. We're tracking the potential for isolated to scattered strong to severe storms this evening for portions of south central and eastern Nebraska. And as you can see in the darker green and yellow, a marginal and slight risk. The main threat for severe weather is going to be between 6 p.m. and midnight this evening. Threats include large hail, damaging winds, and locally heavy rainfall. Tornado threat is very low. We're going to continue to see these storms start to fire up along and ahead of a cold front. It's going to be moving through southeastern portions of the state, mainly between 6 and midnight. We see that really ramp up around 7, 8 o'clock, continuing as we go through the midnight hour for portions of eastern and south central Nebraska. As for our temperatures, by 10, we're going to fall into the 30s to the 60s. So that cold front's going to come through, knock us down very quickly. Our chance for rain and storms will pick up as we head through the evening.
You're watching 1011 24/7 weather, streaming exclusively on the 1011 Now app.
Trust the 1011 weather team, keeping you prepared with Weather Alert Days.
Thank you, sir. Now I can actually run everything that I want.
Hello again, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler, along with producer Ryan Swan.
You should have told me you're going live, Bill.
This is what happens in live television. But just wanted to bring everyone another update. Again, still have some pretty strong storms off to the east of the Lincoln area, but now we also have some storms just to the southwest of the Lincoln area that have gone severe. A new severe thunderstorm warning issued for, this is kind of southwestern Lancaster County, as well as Saline and Seward County. So again, this includes areas like Dorchester, Crete, Milford, Pleasantdale, and Denton. Again, that storm right now, that again, severe thunderstorm warning until 8:45, so for about an hour. But that thunderstorm right now is about 5 miles south of Dorchester, 23 miles south of Seward, moving to the northeast at 25 miles an hour. And again, the main hazards with that include quarter-sized hail as well as 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. It looks like, again, that storm is going to be in the Dorchester area here in just the next few minutes. If I kind of zoom in on that storm just a little bit, you can see... There's Dorchester, just south of the strongest part of that storm right now is just south of Highway 33, just to the southwest of the Lincoln area. So again, that storm, again, moving to the north and east, could impact the Lincoln area here as we head over the course of the next hour to maybe 90 minutes or so. So something to keep an eye on. Also, we continue to see some other stronger storms to the south and to the west of the Lincoln area. Again, if we put this radar loop in motion, we can see some of those storms moving through eastern Jefferson County, about to cross the line, but basically lined up right now from about Plymouth down towards Steel City. So again, areas like Diller, seeing this storm move into the area right now. Odell, Beatrice will see this storm move in to the area over the next, and actually, there we go. That's the most up-to-date radar image. Beatrice in the next probably half an hour or so. Not severe right now. But again, certainly could be producing some areas of heavy rain, as well as potentially some small hail and gusty winds. Again, so far this evening, the most severe activity has basically been along a line from up near Omaha down towards Pawnee City. That's where we still have numerous severe thunderstorm warnings that are currently in place. We did have a flash flood warning that was issued for Sarpy and Douglas counties, again for the Omaha metro area, as well as areas like Springfield, Papillion, Bellevue, Millard, Boys Town. That flash flood warning is in place until 10:30 this evening, I believe. Let me see if I can pull this up here. I can pull up precip over the last few hours, and gosh darn it, I want my warnings. There you go. So you can kind of see that flash flood warning outlined in blue. No, that's not the one. It's this one right there. So you can see that flash flood warning outlined in blue. That's until 10:30. Again, that's for parts of Douglas and Sarpy County. And again, they've seen 1 to 2 inches of rain in this area, especially from Omaha down towards Papillion, down towards Springfield. Again, those areas in yellow. That's 1 to 2 inches of radar estimated rainfall. Again, likely contaminated with a little bit of hail that we've seen in these storms, but I think probably still a pretty close estimate as to some of the rainfall that they've seen in those areas. So again, some good rainfall. It looks like they did just issue a new flash flood warning. So let me just double check. Yep, they issued, and that's Cass, Lancaster, Odo, Sarpy counties until 10:45 this evening. Let me see. So again, you can see that outlined right there. So again, that just covers a tiny sliver of eastern Lancaster County, but does include a good chunk of Cass County, northwestern Odo County, and then into southern Sarpy County. And it looks like they're saying, again, 1.5 to 2 inches of rain have fallen in these areas. Up to another inch is possible. And this is radar indicated flash flooding. So again, if you're in that warned area, again, if you come across any flooded roadways, this is one of those scenarios where we say turn around, don't drown. You don't know how deep that water could potentially be. So again, that's why we want everyone to use extra caution. And again,
Given this warning that is for the western part of the county, I think I'm going to go ahead and head out in the weather shield.
all right.
Get in position to just maybe watch what we can daylight that we got left to see that thing come in. And
I wonder, I'm going to try and move there's Skyview.
pretty good. So
I'll just punch up Lincoln Skyview here. And there you can see that's looking back to the south and to the west. Looking back to the south and to the west towards that severe thunderstorm that's currently moving across parts of Saline County. Right now, strongest part of that storm is near Dorchester. I'm going to be moving into the Crete areas here shortly. We'll pull our graphics back in. And again, you can see that's the strongest part of the storm right there. Again, so we're going to be moving into Crete here in just the next few minutes. I gotta text my dad here real quick. He's watching the kids tonight. Well, let's see here. I want to pull out my storm cone. So again, this is moving northeast at 25 miles an hour. So I'm going to turn off my warning there. Oh, dang it. That's not what I wanted. Northeast at 25 miles an hour. So again, that's potentially moving it into West Lincoln in about an hour, Pleasantdale, in a half an hour or so. Use my other one here. There we go. That might be a little better. Northeast at 25. Yeah, so Crete, or just a little after 8 o'clock for Crete, 8:19 for Pleasantdale, 8:33 for Rokeby, 8:43 in Malcolm. So again, that is the one storm that we're at least concerned about right now for the Lincoln area. As again, that's to the south and to the west, moving to the northeast at about 25 miles an hour. Some additional strong storms continue to line up down across parts of Saline into Jefferson County, into Gage County. Hold on here. I got producer Ryan calling me. Hey, what's up, Ryan? Oh. Okay, perfect. Is your TVU on? All right. I will wait for it, and I will punch it up as soon as I see it. Okay, cool. I'll set the phone down. Okay, all right. Sorry about that. What's up, Eddie? Yeah. What? All right, no. Sports reporter Eddie, he was giving me grief because it wasn't raining earlier. But I think it's raining now, right, Eddie? It did rain. It did rain. Okay. We did. Okay. Again, I'm going to punch the Skyview up again just because it looks good. Again, that's looking to the south and west. If I tilt it up a little bit, can't see it. I'll tilt it back down. That's looking to the south and west, again, towards that severe thunderstorm that is right now in eastern Saline County. And again, severe thunderstorm warning does include portions of western Lancaster County. But again, Lincoln, nothing threatening Lincoln right now at the moment, but there could be some storms moving into the area over the course of the next hour or so. So I'm going to hold on 1 minute. Let's see. All right, yeah, so we have producer Ryan, who's in the 1011 Now Weather Shield, sponsored by Schoen's Roofing, and he's getting his shot up, and so we'll hopefully have him in a little bit here as he's going to, I think, head off towards that storm that's just off to the south and west of Lincoln. Again, did you see a little bit of lightning there, looking at Skyview? So let me see, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do weather graphics there. again, one of the really neat parts about this streaming desk that we have is that we can do a lot of picture-in-picture and stuff like that. So again, right now we got me in the streaming studio, we got our weather graphics, and then we got our Skyview shot pulled up right down below us there, which is pretty nice. We can keep an eye on that storm as it kind of moves towards the Lincoln area. But if we, again, pull our graphics back up here, I think probably what we'll do here for just a little bit is we're going to toss it back to the streaming, or the 24/7 weather streaming channel, because this is going to be a little bit before this storm potentially moves into Lincoln and Lancaster County. So we'll give it a little bit of time, see if it weakens at all as it moves further into Lancaster County. But again, just a kind of wide overview again, most of the activity, most of the strongest activity remains along the line from Omaha to Pawnee City, numerous severe thunderstorm warnings, couple flash flood warnings that we're going to keep an eye on. Also the little line back up from Dorchester down towards southwestern Gage County. We'll keep an eye on that. But again, that stuff is moving to the north and east at about 25 miles an hour. So, and then if I just pull up the satellite and radar composite, again, if I zoom out and zoom down a little bit, down into Kansas, again, you can see a lot of activity down across parts of central Kansas. And again, that's all kind of moving to the north and to the east. So again, this is stuff that could impact southeastern Nebraska later on tonight and into the overnight hours as well. So we'll continue to keep you updated on air, online, again, here on the 1011 Now streaming studio. Meteorologist Melissa Meter, Chief Meteorologist Ken Chimick right now are in the Weather Center. So again, if there's any additional coverage, they will pop on and do that on air. Again, we'll keep you covered online. But at least for right now, I'm going to pop it back over just to the streaming channel, but we'll pop on again here in just a little bit, again, as that storm kind of approaches Lincoln. So, again, hope everyone stays safe out there. We'll continue with more streaming coverage here in just a few minutes.
Trust the 1011 Weather Team, keeping you prepared with Weather Alert Days.
KOLN meteorologist Melissa Meter here. We're tracking the potential for isolated to scattered strong to severe storms this evening for portions of south central and eastern Nebraska. And as you can see in the darker green and yellow, a marginal and slight risk. The main threat for severe weather is going to be between 6 p.m. and midnight this evening. Threats include large hail, damaging winds, and locally heavy rainfall. Tornado threat is very low. We're going to continue to see these storms start to fire up along and ahead of a cold front. It's going to be moving through southeastern portions of the state, mainly between 6 and midnight. We see that really ramp up around 7, 8 o'clock, continuing as we go through the midnight hour for portions of eastern and south central Nebraska. As for our temperatures, by 10, we're going to fall into the 30s to the 60s. So that cold front's going to come through, knock us down very quickly. Our chance for rain and storms will pick up as we head through the evening.
You're watching 1011 24/7 weather, streaming exclusively on the 1011 Now app.
Trust the 1011 Weather Team, keeping you prepared with Weather Alert Days.
meteorologist Melissa Meter here. We're tracking the potential for isolated to scattered strong to severe storms this evening for portions of south central and eastern Nebraska. And as you can see in the darker green and yellow, a marginal and slight risk. The main threat for severe weather is going to be between 6 p.m. and midnight this evening. Threats include large hail, damaging winds, and locally heavy rainfall. Tornado threat is very low. We're going to continue to see these storms start to fire up along and ahead of a cold front. It's going to be moving through southeastern portions of the state, mainly between 6 and midnight. We see that really ramp up around 7, 8 o'clock, continuing as we go through the midnight hour for portions of eastern and south central Nebraska. As for our temperatures by 10, we're going to fall into the 30s to the 60s. So that cold front's going to come through, knock us down very quickly. Our chance for rain and storms will pick up as we head through the evening.
You're watching 1011 24/7 weather, streaming exclusively on the 1011 Now app.
Hi, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler back on the 1011 Now streaming studio, back on our live stream again right now, live on 1011now.com, as well as on our weather app, our news app, and again streaming live on our YouTube channel as well. Wanted to again pop back on. Again, it is 5 minutes past 8 o'clock, and we have severe thunderstorm that's currently in parts of Saline County, but getting ready to kind of push over into parts of western Lancaster County. So wanted to bring you an update on that. Again, just looking at the 1011 Now Skyview camera again, this is looking back to the south and west, a great view of that storm right now. And again, we can see some of those lightning strikes mixed in there as well. I am going to also... we also have producer Ryan Swanigan, who right now is in the 1011 Now Weather Shield, sponsored by Schoen's Roofing. Again, he's driving out towards North Lincoln right now to kind of get a spot out there. And he will go live from there once he kind of gets in position. But again, right now, keeping an eye on that thunderstorm that is currently, again, just to the south and to the west of the Lincoln area. If we... take a closer look. Again, right now that storm's moved through the Crete area. It's moving right now through the Milford area. If we zoom in a little bit closer here, and we're going to turn on our level 2 radar, and we're going to turn off the lightning. There we go. So we zoom in a little closer. Again, right now, moving through the Milford area, moving through Pleasantdale, Denton. Again, folks in Denton, this severe thunderstorm is going to be moving across your area in just the next few minutes. And again, in Lincoln and Western Lincoln, Western Lancaster County, this storm is going to be moving through as we head over the course of the next 30 minutes or so. 30 minutes to an hour. So again, folks in Malcolm, again, West Lincoln, and even up towards the Raymond area. Again, this storm is eventually, I think, going to be heading in your direction. So if we loop, so we can look at it over the course of the last hour. Again, it's covered some good ground over the course of the last hour. If we zoom out just a little bit, again, you can see it moving across Saline County and now beginning to push into parts of western Lancaster County. So again, that's one of the stronger storms that we currently have on the board right now. Again, still have some strong storms that are moving through Gage County now, moving into the Beatrice area right now. Nothing severe, but again, certainly some heavy thunderstorm activity in that area. Could see some areas of torrential rain, gusty winds, maybe some small hail. Beatrice, Pickerel, Wymore, Odell, Rockford, Philly, Adams, Cortland, Firth, seeing some of those heavy thunderstorm activity. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for parts of Johnson, Nemaha, and Pawnee County until 9 o'clock this evening. Again, right now, that storm, the strongest part of that storm is just to the north of Steiner, just to the kind of the south and west of Elk Creek. And again, the main threats right now with that storm are that is $half sized hail, so that's 1.25 inches in diameter, plus 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Also, again, torrential rain occurring with that thunderstorm. Again, it's moving. It's moving to the northeast at 30 miles an hour. So that's the storm in Johnson, Nemaha, and Pawnee County. Still have heavy thunderstorm activity with some severe thunderstorms across parts of Cass, Odo, up towards Sarpy, and Douglas counties as well. The strongest kind of part of that storm, kind of just pushing over the border into east or western Iowa, that is. But again, we've continued to see some training with these thunderstorms. Again, kind of from Omaha down towards Pawnee City. A lot of thunderstorm activity over the course of the last hour or so. So we've seen some areas of pretty heavy rain in these areas, and that's why we have 2 flash flood warnings that are currently in place across those areas. If I pull up the rainfall here, and this is just, again, you can see, if I put on my flash flood warnings here, there we go. So 2 flash flood warnings right now, one for the Omaha Metro, Douglas and Sarpy counties, that runs till 10:30, and then a second one for parts of extreme eastern Lancaster, Cass, Odo, Sarpy counties until 10:45. So again, they've been talking an 1.5 inches to maybe 2.5 inches of rain in these areas, with the potential again for some additional rain in these areas. If we zoom in and we kind of query some of these, again, some of this you have to keep in mind. These rainfall, estimated rainfall, is contaminated by hail, so that makes it it increases the number just a little bit. So again, if we query this, it says 3.5 inches of rain. That's probably a little on the high end, but again, certainly not out of the question, but again, likely contaminated by some of that hail. There's a 3-inch, 3.6, 2.9, 1.5. So again, I would hazard a guess probably 1.5 inches to maybe 3 inches of rain has fallen in these areas, basically stretching from back near Palmyra all the way through Weeping Water, Louisville, Plattsmouth, Bellevue, Papillion, and then straight into the Omaha metro area. So again, for much of this evening, that's where some of the strongest activity has been. And actually, I think, let me pull this up here. We should have had, I believe, a new SPC outlook issued here, the evening update. See if anything with that has changed. It doesn't look like it. It still looks generally the same as it was. That slight risk across far southeastern Nebraska, again, does include Lincoln, Beatrice, Omaha, again, much of southeastern Nebraska. So we'll go ahead and we'll put our radar back on. We'll turn off our lightning. And again, it looks like actually the severe thunderstorm warning for Saline County and parts of western Lancaster that actually has expired. Pull up the, looks like, yeah, they canceled that warning for Lancaster, Saline, and Seward County just a couple minutes ago. So that is some good news. I want to pull back up and see. Oh yeah, it's just that's a great view from the Lincoln Skyview camera. Again, that's looking back to the south and to the west. Again, you can see some good lightning there. And you can see those rain shafts looking back to the south and to the west as that storm is moving into western Lancaster County. That's just a great shot. That's a pretty shot. And this is a live look at the Weather Shield, 1011 Now Weather Shield. Producer Ryan Swanigan driving the Weather Shield right now. I believe he's in North Lincoln is where he said he was going. He's kind of just parked up. Oh, no, we lost his speed there. Oh, it came back. Oh, it went away again. But he's finding a spot kind of in North Lincoln to just kind of sit and let the storm roll over. Oh, it looks like got some lightning in his shot there. But again, he's in the 1011 Now Weather Shield. And he's going to get some good shots. Oh, my gosh, we just missed it, guys. I'm sorry. I was talking and we missed it. I'm just going to, let's see. We're going to go picture in picture here so we can keep watching. So we can keep watching that Lincoln Skyview. Getting some great lightning shots. Again, another issue with this storm as it gets ready to move into Lincoln is that there could be some dangerous lightning in there, mixed in there as well. Let's see if I tilt it back. So that's looking more almost just due west. You can kind of see Vine Street there in the middle. Oh, yeah, there we go. And this is looking more towards the south and to the west. So, but again, some great shots. And actually here, I think we're going to try and go quad boxes. There we go. So now we have the 1011 Now Weather Shield in the bottom left-hand corner. We have Lincoln Skyview in the bottom right-hand corner. And you can see the radar in the top right, and then you can see me in the top left. So, good news is, again, that severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for parts of Saline, Seward, western Lancaster County, that's been allowed to expire. That storm's weakened below severe limits. So, but it looks like we're still going to see maybe some heavy rain, some gusty winds, and some dangerous lightning move into the Lincoln area here as we head over the course of the next 20, 30, 45 minutes or so. But again, nothing severe, at least right now. There is some stronger storms, again, as we kind of tilt down and pan down to the south across parts of Gage County. Still have that one severe thunderstorm warning that's in place for Johnson and Nemaha County. And that goes until 9 o'clock, so for another 45 minutes. Again, the strongest part of that storm just to the north of Steiner, near Elk Creek, just south of Tecumseh. And again, if we kind of query what's going on with this storm, again, they're 1.25 inch diameter hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and that's moving to the northeast at 40 miles an hour. So I wonder if we can query, we can pull up our hail scope, and we can look in here and we can kind of see what hail has been. And it looks like not that great right now, actually, to be honest with you. So we'll go ahead and we'll clear that out. But again, that's the one severe thunderstorm that we have, and we still have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings across parts of Cass, Odo, Sarpy, Douglas County, again, up towards the Omaha Metro. Again, that line's kind of a mess. It's got a whole bunch of warnings on it right now, a couple flash flood warnings mixed in there as well. Again, so if you kind of zoom out, look at a wide view. I'm going to turn off my query there, auto query there, so we don't have those boxes on there. So you can kind of look at the full picture a little bit. You can see that's kind of the situation that we have right now. If I turn on the satellite and radar composite, again, that's kind of what we have right now. And it looks like actually they might have trimmed up that severe thunderstorm watch. Let me pull that up. So that would be a piece of good news. Let's see if I can't find that. Oh, someone's moving my sky view. Oh, we got producer Ryan calling. Give me a second. Hey, Ryan, I got your shot pulled up. We are live right now. So you got a good spot there. Wait, hold on. I got to turn up your audio.
I can say new.
Okay.
It's a. Oh,
Go
yeah.
ahead, Ryan.
Oh, sorry.
We're up past the Highlands. We're actually.
Yeah, so we're in a. We're up past the Highlands. We're actually up in the Fallbrook area, the kind of the west side of the Fallbrook area, behind the Super Saver, in a new residential area. This is looking off to our right towards the northwest, but if we go back, move the camera here, this is looking straight in front of us, back off towards the southwest, towards that whole complex that's making its way towards the Lincoln area, Bill.
Well, and the good news, Ryan, is actually that, the storm you went out for, the severe thunderstorm in Saline and Seward County, that has expired, or they have let that go early. That storm is weakened below severe limits. But again, zooming in here on the radar, it's basically right along and just to the west of 77, and it's going to be moving into the, Lincoln metro area here over the next just probably 5 or 10 minutes. And again, between your shot and Lincoln Skyview, again, we have our 4 boxes pulled up right now, Ryan. There's a lot of lightning and some really picturesque lightning. But again, one of those things that we do want to, urge people to be careful. Lightning is very dangerous. But again, it's a pretty nice show. And, if we can get some decent rain without the severe, part of it, I think everyone would be on board and take that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned the lightning. Before we were able to be on the air here, we had a great lightning strike that went right in front of us. So that was pretty intense to see, quite honestly. But yeah, you said it. We're having some really, really good lightning strikes. A lot of great lightning like that right there.
Yep.
Just stuff like that. We had a great sunset too off to the northwest before the storm moved in and really started kind of covering up the sun as the sun set, of course. But it's just been kind of a picturesque drive up here to the I keep on forgetting, we're past Tallgrass Parkway area, the Fallbrook area. So it's been an interesting drive, and again, it's there you go, right there. Like, that's just practically what we've been seeing the entire time that we've been driving along as this storm system moves closer. Yeah,
absolutely. All right, well, Ryan, I'm going to turn your audio down and just kind of keep it parked there. That storm's going to be rolling over you here in just the next couple minutes, so stay safe out there, okay?
Yeah, will do. Thank you, Bill.
All right. So we'll check back in with producer Ryan here in just a second. Again, still seeing some intense lightning out on Lincoln Skyview. Again, if we kind of pull up our graphics a little bit bigger here, again, we can see. Oh, I lost my window. Again, so sort of the heaviest part of that thunderstorm, again, not severe right now, is basically along and just to the west of 77. Again, this is likely a few minutes behind, likely pushing just to the past 77. So again, going to be moving through the Lincoln area here in just the next few minutes, or at least through the west Lincoln area here in the next few minutes. But again, the good news is all right, hold on here. I think Ken Shimmick might have taken control.
and lower 50s. That's the latest from the Weather Center. Keep it tuned to 1011. We'll keep you updated tonight.
All right, so I think actually you might have just heard from Chief Meteorologist Ken Shimmick there. He just popped on to do a quick cut-in. And yeah, so we're going to continue to roll with our coverage here on the 1011 Now, in the 1011 Now streaming studio. Again, just to kind of get everyone back up to date here. About to have a line of at least stronger thunderstorms move through the Lincoln area. Was severe in the last hour, has weakened as it's moved into Lancaster County. And so that is some good news. So again, we'll take the rain without the severe weather. If we can do that, we'll absolutely take it in a heartbeat. But again, some of that more moderate to heavy rain beginning to push into the western edges of Lincoln. If we zoom in a little bit, it looks like, again, we can go street level on here. Some of that heaviest rain, it still looks like is just to the west. Is that 10th Street? So it's out still right along 77. Again, still west of I-180. It looks like there is a little bit of a stronger cell kind of in North Lincoln. This actually might be kind of us, right near us at the 1011 Now studios. Yeah, that's Vine Street right there. So about 27th and maybe Adams, just to the south of Adams and Salt Creek. A little bit of a heavier cell of rain moving through the Lincoln area right now. Again, nothing severe, but certainly wouldn't be surprised if we saw some periods of brief heavy rain, gusty winds, maybe some small hail as well. But likely, again, as the night is worn on, we're transitioning away from a damaging wind threat and more to a transitioning away from a large hail threat into a damaging wind threat across the region. I'm going to punch up Lincoln Skyview again here really quick as storm continues to move into kind of western Lincoln, kind of tilted around there. Look almost due west. See if we can't see any more of that lightning that we've been watching here over the course of the past 20 minutes or so. We'll go ahead and we'll pull up our picture in picture. Uh-oh. Let's see. There you go. Now you can see that. I think I got kicked out of my weather graphics here. There we go. I got it back. So again, right now, non-severe thunderstorms moving through the Lincoln metro area. Again, we absolutely need this. I know my yard, along with just about everyone else's, is extremely parched. So again, if you kind of continue on the radar tour, some heavy thunderstorm activity in parts of northwestern Gage County. This is going to be just near Adams, moving through the Adams area. I believe that's Highway 41, just to the south of Highway 41. We have some heavy thunderstorm activity. Still have a strong thunderstorm in parts of Johnson and Nemaha County. That thing's been warned, I feel like, for a long time now. That warning still goes till 9 o'clock. And again, we still have some stronger thunderstorms up and across parts of Cass, Sarpy, Douglas counties. But again, those are also kind of pushing out of the area. If we kind of put everything in loop mode here, you can kind of see how this has evolved over the course of the last hour or so. Some of the strongest activity, at least in the last few minutes, has kind of been across parts of eastern Gage County. And then into parts of western Johnson County as well. So yeah, still have that severe thunderstorm watch that's in place across southeastern Nebraska that runs through midnight tonight. And again, we're going to continue to see some of this activity move through the area. And it looks like, at least from what I can hear, maybe some of that heavy rain right now beginning to push into, oh gosh, you can almost even see it on Lincoln Skyview. Again, you can kind of see the curtain of rain kind of coming in the distance there. That's pretty cool. Yep, I can hear the rain. I can hear the wind right now. 1011 Studios at 40th and Vine. Let's try and pull up. We're going to pull back up producer Ryan Swanigan in the 1011 Now Weather Shield. Ryan, do you still got me?
Yes, sir. I still have you if you have me.
I'm having a little trouble hearing you, Ryan, but what are you seeing in your location?
Yeah, so we're here in the Fallbrook area, kind of west Fallbrook, behind the Super Saver, north of Highway 34, and it's starting to come down pretty good. Just rain at this time. Nothing too significant yet. A little bit of wind, but we're just on the front side of it. We're also like on the north side of where this whole line is moving through. Everything else in terms of the severity, like starts in the northern part of the county and goes straight southward, even though none of this is warned yet. But right now, just some heavy rain coming down. Not really seeing any hail just yet, though, Bill.
Well, that's good news. Again, like we just mentioned, we said if we can get some of this rain without some of the severe stuff, you know, that's the most ideal outcome out of all this. So appreciate the report, Ryan. Again, I think we'll probably wrap it up here in just a second. Again, as the severe threat for Lincoln right now, I think is pretty minimal. And again, we're just having some rain move through the area. So I appreciate you taking that weather shield out, Ryan. But I would say, why don't you pack it in and probably head on back and enjoy the light show as you do.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
All right, that was producer Ryan Swanigan in the 1011 Now Weather Shield. Appreciate him taking that out for us. Again, he was there in North Lincoln near the Fallbrook area. And again, reporting kind of what we've been seeing on the radar. Some rain moving through, some gusty winds, but no hail, and just a decent amount of lightning moving through with it as well. So again, if we pull up our picture-in-picture again, you can see the statewide satellite and radar picture. Snow. Oh, I can hear it. Ken, I have a window over here now. I have a window. I know, right? So in our weather center, in our studio, unfortunately, we don't have any windows. But with the 1011 Now streaming studio, I have a window, so I could hear it raining. So that was Chief Meteorologist Ken Shimmick, who was just poking his head outside.
I would say cats and dogs, but I would certainly say gerbils and hamsters.
Gerbils and hamsters. Gerbils and hamsters is the official report from Chief Meteorologist Ken Shimmick, so we appreciate him for giving us that report. But again, you can see statewide view there, satellite and radar picture. There is actually snow ongoing across parts of western Nebraska, and as the system moves on through, we may actually see a little bit of snow in northeastern Nebraska into early tomorrow morning as the system kind of passes through the area. Very minor accumulations, if any accumulations, but just something to kind of watch out for. Again, just kind of the strength of this system. Again, these April systems just can be kind of wonky like that. So, but that's a look at the current satellite and radar picture, statewide view. Again, strong thunderstorms in the southeast. And again, if we kind of zoom to the south, this is what I'm still a little concerned with and still watching, is we still have a lot of activity down across parts of Kansas that, again, is moving to the north and east. So, again, you know, how much eastward movement does this line get as the front advances through the area? Is that going to eventually kind of push this line to the east, or are we going to continue to see that train of thunderstorms push its way to the north and east, potentially then into parts of southeastern Nebraska? So again, between now and through the overnight hours, there is that at least concern that maybe we are dealing with some flooding, some flash flooding as thunderstorms train over the same areas. So again, that's something we're going to want to watch out for. And this is why we tell folks to have multiple ways to get their weather information. You know, the severe threat likely going to diminish as we head past midnight tonight. So not concerned about severe thunderstorms necessarily, but if we see continuing training of thunderstorms, there could be that issue with some flooding. And we want you to be able to get that weather information. And if, again, it's at night, that can be a troublesome time to try and get folks that weather information. But again, that's something that we're going to continue to watch, is those storms down across parts of Kansas. So before we let folks go, I'm just going to zoom in again here. It looks like actually we just had a new warning that was issued. So let me back this up here. Yeah, it looks like they issued a new warning that was at 8:30, so 2 minutes ago, for parts of Gage, Johnson, and Odo County. So let's zoom in here on this new warning. You can see it right there, Gage, Johnson, and Odo counties. And let's see, that's until 9:30 this evening, so about an hour. Radar indicated hail size of a quarter, so 1 inch in diameter, and 60-mile-an-hour winds moving to the northeast at 20 miles an hour. So we'll be near Sterling and Douglas at around 8:35. So that's in about 3 minutes. So again, that's the latest severe thunderstorm warning that we've had issued. We still have the one for Johnson and Nemaha just to the east. That storm has weakened considerably, though, over the course of the last hour. But again, the strongest part of the storm with that latest warning in the middle there, parts of Gage, Johnson, Odo. Right now, areas like Lewiston, Crab Orchard, Sterling, Adams, up near Panama. Again, they're going to be moving into Douglas, Palmyra. Those are the areas that are going to be are currently seeing or will be seeing shortly that strong thunderstorm move through the area. So that's, again, as I look across southeastern Nebraska right now, that right now is kind of the strongest little cluster of storms that we have in the area. But again, right now, that's for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So again, that's kind of on the lower end of the severe threshold there. But again, still something to take seriously. Again, likely seeing some very heavy rain mixed in there as well. So something to watch as well. So I think, again, the threat for severe weather in Lincoln and much of Lancaster County, I think at this point is pretty minimal. It's 8:34. I need to get home so I can put my kids to bed. But meteorologist Melissa Meter, chief meteorologist Ken Chimick are going to be here for the rest of this evening, and they'll continue to pop on both on air and online to continue to bring you all the latest weather updates through the rest of this evening. And then obviously tonight at 10, meteorologist Melissa Meter will have all the latest forecast details on what's going to be entirely, I think, one of the worst April weekends I may have seen in a while. It is going to be cold and windy tomorrow. It's going to be a little warmer on Sunday, but it's still going to be awfully windy. So again, conditions over the next 48 hours, not all that great, but at least for the severe weather threat that we have, going to continue at least for the next couple hours for southeastern Nebraska. And again, we'll continue to watch those storms that are down across parts of Kansas as well. That activity could impact southeastern Nebraska as we head through the overnight hours tonight. Actually, I keep trying to let everyone go, and I keep getting new information. It looks like we just had Seward, Saline, and Jefferson counties removed from the severe thunderstorm watch. So that is good news. So now our severe thunderstorm watch does look a little goofy. They removed Seward, Saline, and Jefferson counties from that severe thunderstorm watch. We still have a few counties there, Knuckles there in south central Nebraska. That's another office. That's the Grand Island office that will remove those counties. The office from Omaha and Valley removed Seward, Saline, and Jefferson counties from that severe thunderstorm watch. And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me much if they eventually, once the rain kind of moves out of Lancaster County, canceled that watch for Lancaster County a little bit early as well. Okay, all right, we're going to try this again. So we'll continue to keep you updated on air, online, have all the latest on 1011now.com. Again, download that 1011 Now weather app. Again, that's a great way to stay informed. Chief Meteorologist Ken Chimick, Meteorologist Melissa Meter will have the latest continuing updates through the rest of this evening. You'll likely see them pop on air, as well as potentially on the live stream as well. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in and for watching. Again, this 1011 Now streaming studio, and again, the severe weather coverage. You'll see more of this as we head further into the severe weather season, so something to keep an eye out for. And again, just hoping to provide everyone even more information during these severe weather situations. So appreciate everyone for tuning in. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's for Pottawatomie County. They issued another new warning, but it's for Pottawatomie County in Iowa, so we don't have to worry about that one. All right, appreciate everyone for tuning in, for watching. I'm meteorologist Bill Rentschler. Hope everyone has a quiet Friday evening, and hope everyone has a nice weekend as well.